Hello students, welcome to HTech Karnataka YouTube channel. So second question is 2A. So list the different types of research misconductance. Provide examples for each. So misconductance, research misconductance means it's simple. So someone completed the project and someone else, we don't know who has, someone is the same procedure using and the same booklet and same matter using into his research. So misusing or copying the same research materials and ideas information using in the his project, that is a misconductance only. So there are types are there. So first one is the fabrication definition. So making up a data or results or recording or reporting them as a real. So fabrication means of is using the someone ideas information and is creating his own because of is copying someone else matter. It is called the fabrication. So examples: creating a fake survey responses to show report for hypothesis, because of creating a fake details to showing the report is guide or is authorship, and he was and fabrication, the person not having any authorship any guide, he was only copying the someone else matter and he was making his own. It is my own project. He was thinking and he was giving the like that report. Okay, so it leads to false conclusion and waste resources when other attempt to replicate the work. So on the because it shows that he was already copied that information. So falsification means of manipulating the research materials, equipments, process and data misrepresentation results. So before I told that, no, manipulating the research material, what the proper authorship created the materials and equipments and process, and someone else has is using the same material into his own project. So that is the falsification. Example: altering images in microscopy to enhance or suppress findings. So when someone has created their own images and another person is not created his own images and is copying the someone else uh, images, that is called as a falsification. So modifying a statistical data to show stronger correlation than the actual exists. So same as given. So impacts: misleads to scientific community and compromises trust in research findings. So here given the impact, what happens when he was using the same someone author created images using in his project. So it impacts to mislead of scientific community. So when he was using the like this has a someone beginner scientific using it misuse of photos and datas, then it mis leads to scientific community. What the scientific community is there is it will be cheap, it will be looks like a cheap, and it was a misconductance. So plagiarism: so using a someone else ideas process results words without a proper attribution. So plagiarism means it is one of the very important point when you think the project reports and authorship and grammar also. So definition says that, so has the author created their own book and their own project, someone using their grammars and sentences and words, and someone scientist has created their own words and with the definitions also. Someone people has created creating making a same copies, same as it is some matter as copying the author's book and he was pasting into his own book. It is a plagiarism. And you need any more information about plagiarism, you can check into Google also. There comes to plagiarism checking, so you can check the plagiarism. You can upload on PDF and you can check the plagiarism. Here gives the plagiarism spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes and sentence misconductance also you can show. Copy pasting a paragraph from the another research paper without citations. Okay, so submitting the project proposal that heavily borrows and ideas from the colleges without knowledge. So impacts: so violates the intellectual property rights and erodes the credibility. So means of it it impacts the intellectual property because of there is a property rights are there and if misconductances happen, there is a rights and there is a rules also that it will impacts. So duplication, self plagiarism. So definition: reusing one's previous work or results in a multiple publications without a proper disclosure. So someone using a researcher, someone has a beginner researcher using these results and previous works and multiple publications use without a proper, so he is not taking any proper or suggestions from the authors, and guide is not taking any suggestions from that real author, and he was using all the results and previous works and everything, he is manipulating into his own book. That is a duplication. So same as it is, only changing the name only. So examples: publishing the same study in different journals has a separate works. So repurposing sections of prior thesis for a new article without a acknowledgement. So repurposing sections prior thesis for a new article without knowledge, so without acknowledgement from the real author, he was using the same as it is as the material and definitions and same information into his book without a proper acknowledgement from the real authorship. It leads to inflates the researcher publication record dishonesty. So here publication record dishonesty will comes, and it will definitely rejects improper authorship. So when we are going to giving a report or any general you created a one you completed your research project, you need to mention the author who are under guidance of authorship, you need to mention. If not having any author, you definitely the what the rule is there, you can definitely rejective, because of compulsory you need a authorship name. Any one authorship, the author is good or bad, and it may be another word. You have to first remember, and you have to first give the authorship. And here improper authorship means of including or excluding authors and who did not significantly contribute to the research. So without authorship, your project will be rejected. Examples: listing a senior professor as an author to increase his papers credibility without their contribution. So someone has created as a own book, and he was going to publish his book, then he is not mentioned the authorship under the guidance of I am created this book, and no one is uploaded the authorship details, then that book will be improper authorship. Non-compliance with ethical standards. I think these are enough. I think 6 months or 8 months. So it is complicates you. Data mismanagement. Because of data mismanagement, so use what the information or the proper storage or sharing disposal, it will be using same mishandling data. So same information has given into his own books. It is also leads to a mismanagement. Examples: losing a original data sets. So he was lose his original data. He was created almost 90%, and lastly he was using the some other information that leads to mishandling data and including improper data and sharing and disposal. Losing original quality and failing to anonymize sensitive participants' data before publishing. Impact: compromises the reproducibility results and breaches confidentially. So bias and conflicts in influence of his interest. So here we can see the easily. So fabrication definition means making the data or results. Examples: inventing survey data. Falsification, manipulating data. So manipulating and making up data. The making up data means of here is not data. We are just making the data from other results. So manipulating data means of full of information is manipulating. So altering images to show desired outcomes. So plagiarism, using others' work without a credit. So using other works and we are not giving credit to other authorships. So example, copy pasting textbook citations. So duplication. So reusing a own work without a disclosure. So examples, republishing the same study, improper authorship, mispresenting the authorship and excluding a contributions or adding a names unfairly. So non-compliance with ethicals. So violating ethical research standards, testing on human without a consent, data mismanagement, mishandling data. So mishandling data, failing the secure participate confidentially. So it is enough, guys. It will be what are the objectives of engineering research and its motivation. So first we can see the objectives of engineering research. So advancement of knowledge is expand a scientific and technical understanding engineering principles. So objective means of in Kannada ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳು. So expand the scientific and technical understanding of research principles. So when you study about the scientific of technology and understanding of research, then you can expand more knowledges. Problem solving. So develop a solutions to real world engineering challenges. So problem solving, when you understand the concept, you can challenge or you can develop more advanced technology. Innovation and invention. So create a new technology tools or methods to improve efficiency or performances. So optimization. So enhance existing system or process to achieve better performance, to reduce the costs and conserve resources. So here is simple words is reduce the costs and conserve resources. Example, optimizing is aerodynamic of wind turbine blades for higher energy regeneration. Sustainability objectives promote environmentally friendly practices. So commercialization and economical growth. It is also easy to transfer research outcomes into a viable products or a source that benefits the industrial and society. So it is enough, guys. Motivations of for engineering research. So social needs and industrial demands, technological curiosity, economic competitiveness, and environmental responsibilities and personal and professional growth and policy and regulation. So first motivation means, so you have to motivate with socially. Okay, guys, first one is socially you have to motivate like energy demands and water scarcity and transparency and healthcare. So industrial demands. What are the industrial demands for motivation? So evolving a requirement industrial of by improving the productivity and reducing a costs and ensuring a safety and ensuring the policies and ensuring the safety plans and ensuring the home loans. These are our motivations. And technological curiosity, exploring the potential of emerging trends, emerging technologies. So in the technology and curiosity, we can motivation means of improving the more technology and the technology everyone must use and low cost and use easily. Everyone can use. Economic competitiveness, driving a national or regional growth of fostering innovation and entrepreneurship. So economically means of competitiveness of driving a national and regional growth. So first we have to think only nationally and we can support the people, then only we can driving a national. So regional growth means of has like a normal districts or play, villages, motivating, giving a jobs only out, then only we can economically we can grow and motivate also. Motivation also comes. Environmental responsibilities, addressing a climate changes and resource depletions and environmental degradation through sustainable engineering only we can motivate to environmental. Personal and professional growth, how we can personally professionally growth in using of motivation. Advancing a technology, skill development and a reputation in the field and giving a more skills and giving apply offering a jobs and giving a loans and policies, creating a policies and unemployment reductions. These are policy and regulation. So responding a new government policies and standards and regulations act. So give a details description and ethical practice of research. So ethics in research refers to the moral principle of guidelines and govern of conduct research to ensure integrity, respect and fairness in the world. So it is a work. The here is a given ethics is a respect, a love, fairness and work and their work and integrity. This is ethical. So ethical practice is a research are essential to maintain a trust and credibility and welfare of a stakeholders including a participants and institutions and society. Okay guys, core principle of research ethics. So when you are making in the research ethics, you are in that field, you must be honesty and integrity and respect for participants and objectivity and social responsibility and confidentiality and accountability and respect for intellectual property IPR. So honesty research must present accurate data and results and methods, avoid fabrication, falsification and misconduction. So you know about this, you must be honesty in every field. Okay, when you are a lecturer or in a police or any other army, any other department, you must be honesty in the research ethics and integrity. Commit to consistent and transparent practices throughout the research process. Uphold accountability for all aspects of the study. So before the your commitment, then you have to integrity means of you have to trust. Trust is very important and throughout the research process because of consistency and transparent and practices uphold accountability of all aspects of study. Examples following the research plans and acknowledging limitations. So respect for participants. So you have to give the respect for your neighbors. Very important, no? So when the as a small word is there, give respect and take respect is very important. This one of the best example for this. So safeguard rights and dignity and well-being research subjects, whether human or animal environment. So the the living any human or animal and birds everything give respect for participants when you studying with you and walking with you anything can be. So example explaining risks and benefits of a human participant ensuring their voluntary participation. So objectivity avoid a bias in research design, data analysis and reporting. So avoid a bias means of objectivity means of avoid a bias in research design. So to avoid the unnecessary things in the design or data analysis or reporting, declare any conflicts of interest. So first you have to declare any conflicts in your mind. First you have to declare that and conflicts of interest. Example disclosing a financial sponsorship from your company related to research. So social responsibility conduct a research that contribute to positively to society. Avoid practices that harm individual and communities. So you have to first give the respect to your social society because of society gives some more and more knowledges and society gives a respect also. First that's why you have to avoid practices that harm individuals and communities and you have to develop as a relationship between society and human. And when you give the respect to society, the society will provide more about more anything. So confidentially protect a sensitive information collected to the research. So means you have to confidentially means you have to protect that important information someone has told to your company products and company information, then you have to confidentially maintain. Accountability. So research are accountable to the public, founding agencies and peers for their work. So example providing access for raw data for verification by another research. So you must be accountability because of founding of agencies and peers are their work. So you must be correct. Verification is very important when you are any other companies. So the respect for intellectual property means of the give proper credit for credit situations of avoid plagiarisms and example acknowledging and original authors there is of or data used in study. So you have to give the respect for original ideas and authorships. Ethical practices in research, informed consent and ethical review and approval, avoiding harm and transparency and absence and ethical use of. So these are also very important ethical practices in research. Ensure that participants are fully aware of the purpose, methods, potential risks and benefits of research before participation. Informed consent and obtain a written and a formal consent. Example, a signed consent from the psychological study. So when you inform consent, you have to know about the and fully aware of this purpose. When you are doing something research, then you have to know about the methods and potential risks and benefits of informed search consent. So ethical review and approval. Seek approval from a constitutional review board, ethics community before starting the research. Example, submitting the details, protocols for review when working with human or animal subjects. So before the going to declaration of anything, you have to review the and approval. You must know about approval and review because after the declaration and decision making, then you cannot change anything. So that's why before only you have to check anything everything. Avoiding a harm. So avoiding a harm means of you have to psychologically and minimize the physical or emotional risks to be participants. So when your participants some people with you and you are the manager of your company, then you have to avoid a harm and you have to speak loudly with friendly. Then only your colleagues will be listen your words and maintain your decisions and give respect to your decisions also. So transparency and openness. So clearly disclose the research objectives, methods, and founding a sources. Examples: publishing open access papers with supplementary materials for reproducibility. So ethical use of resources. So use a research funding and resources responsibly and efficiently. Examples: spending a grants and unrelevant expenses of maintaining records. Thank you guys.